You just gotta love metalheads. Well, mainly because I'm one of them, but still, you gotta love those metalheads. They're so much fun. Turbulence 3 Heavy Metal. In this second sequel, a in-flight rock concert will be taking place aboard, again, Transcontinental Airlines. And unlike the first two, where the plane was actually headed to Los Angeles, this one starts in Los Angeles and is scheduled to fly to Toronto. Now, the FAA has been getting severe threats from fans suggesting that that concert better have taken place. So they go ahead with the concert. Unfortunately for them, a crazy terrorist is aboard the airplane and seized control of the rock band's main leader and somehow looks exactly like the rock band Metalhead and skyjacks the airplane. Okay? What's his whole purpose of skyjacking the airplane? Well, he's supposed to take it to Kansas. I think it's still Kansas. And there's a church there. He plans to crash the plane into the church because he believes Satan will be released by the crash of the airplane and the downing of that church. As ridiculous of a plot that may sound, and believe me, that is a ridiculous sounding plot, this movie is actually pretty fucking cool. Okay? And no, not just because of the heavy metal, and not because I'm a fan of heavy metal. I'm not a fan of all heavy metal. I don't like the devil worshipping heavy metal. I like the other regular types of heavy metal, okay? But this one does have some good sounding heavy metal in it. Then you got Craig Sheffer, who played Martin in Turbulence 2, the main character who had the son. But in this one, he plays Nick Watts. He is a computer hacker that the FBI agent has been tracking for 2 years because he's hacked so many different stuff. And when she finds him and they find out what's going on in this airplane, they have to not only save the people on the airplane, but also get the main metalhead leader to land said airplane. This movie, it's pretty cool. It's not the best out of the entire trilogy. It's actually my least favorite of the trilogy, but I still like it enough to know that it is a good trilogy. Another likeness that all these movies follows, it follows the same air company, Transcontinental Airlines, which is loosely based off a real airliner. Because if you notice that the tail section of the thing has that little red line, a whole red line with the TCA on it, that logo is actually based off Japan Airlines original logo. It was like a little bird wing that shaped like that, but it had like the little lines of a bird. Then it had JAL in the middle, on the bottom, and then it had a 7 in the middle of that little circle. But in the Turbulence movies, it's just one long red line. There's no little lines in it or nothing. So I thought that was pretty cool. But nowadays, Japan Airlines logo doesn't look like that anymore. So that was a cool little touch they did for the movie Magic back in the 90s, and I appreciate that. And that's just like Turbulence 2. This movie used stock footage from Turbulence, of course, for the airplane sequences. But makes their own movies around those sequences, which is still good. I mean, I don't mind them reusing footages from the original movie because they were low budget DVD direct-to-video movies, so I can appreciate that. And this is better than what the Asylum does today. Let's try to recreate a scene using PS2 CGI, and it just looks all kinds of fucked up. So I don't mind stock footage from the original movie, and you can't really make it look any different, so why not? The acting in this movie is not that great. let's be fair, it's a direct-to-video movie. The only one that actually stands out is Joe Mantegna. Man, that dude's awesome. And Craig Sheffer, of course, for the one that played Martin in Turbulence 2. They're the only two that really does a good job. Everybody else is just kind of there to party, ask questions, and fucking get killed. That's mainly it. Not much going on in this movie but that crazy ass plot. But plot aside though, and stock footage alike, I'm still going to give Turbulence 3 a B. It's still a good entry into the Turbulence trilogy. And be mindful, not a lot of people will love Turbulence, the Turbulence trilogy. Half people don't even like the first one. But I do. I like all three of them. I didn't think I was going to like the second and third one. I didn't even know there were a second and third one until the second one came on cable. And then not long after that one went off, the third one came on. Like, there's three? Like, since when were there 3 Turbulence movies? But yes, there are 3 of them, so yeah. And it's funny that there are 3 Turbulence movies and the first one was a bomb. So I kind of find that surprisingly that nowadays when a movie bombs, they don't even get direct-to-video sequels when they bomb. Like Turbulence does. Go figure. But yeah, that's my review of Turbulence 3. Let me know what you guys think about this movie down below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? And yes, I'll see y'all later.